Well, first, I want to give credit to TCU. They're sitting at second place in the Big 12 right now. They've had an incredible season thus far, and we have great respect for them. We have great respect for them and what they've done so far. Having said that, a couple things that stand out on our end that I am incredibly proud of with this group. We are the first team, or only the second team to sweep TCU outside of Baylor, who's undefeated in our conference. It's our first sweep of TCU in 7 years, and it's our first win over a top 25 team in 3 years. When we talk about the progression of our program and elevating it to new heights, while our team is still learning and growing in some of these areas, I thought we turned a corner today in some of those. I thought Lexi Gordon played elite, especially down the stretch. Crucial rebounds, crucial free throws. A couple of our game goals that were really important to us was rebounding and free throws. We were able to take 25 free throws today, shooting at an extraordinary percentage, making 21 of those, and then we out-rebounded them by 13, which was a game goal of ours. And then I thought Kristlyn Carr really led us at the point position. She had to hold down that spot by herself when obviously Boogie went down. And I thought she was very sharp for us. I thought her basketball IQ was on full display, and her stat line is just kind of wild. She has 6 of 8 free throws. She has 9 rebounds, a career high for her, 19 points and 8 assists. But she was rock solid at the point position for us as well. Yeah, well, our focus right now is standings going into the Big 12 tournament. So this was a big game in terms of standings. It's a little bottleneck, kind of 5 through 8, and this provides not a ton of breathing room, but a little bit of separation, and that was a real focus of ours going into the game. TCU's in a situation where, as prior to the game, they had 3 games remaining, and they only have to win one of those 3 to solidify the number 2 seed going into the tournament. Us, on the other hand, we're in that bottleneck within those spots with TCU, with us having Oklahoma and West Virginia remaining, who's in that bottleneck with us. So to get this win today was huge for conference seeding purposes. Postseason, we're taking that game by game, but for us right now, it's about seeding for the Big 12 tournament. And then, for example, the play that CC made, they were in a very active extended 2-3 zone. And one of the things that we looked at is when the ball would come back to the top, we could go down the middle some. And in that moment, CC came from the side, turned to the middle, and it just kind of opened up. And I thought the read that she made in that moment and the finish was obviously a huge play in the game. And then, defensively, couple touch and go moments for us certainly, but when we had to get it the most there at the very, very end, we did.
On a read like that, do you tell your team late in the game, hey, if it's under a certain point in the shot clock, or if you have a look at all, take it?
It really depends on the opponent. It's not something where we have a standard philosophy. When you're playing TCU, you cannot become hesitant because that's what they wanted in that moment. They extended their zone. They're really tall. Their guards are really tall. And they want you to get hesitant. They want to be able to trap. They want to be able to run through passing lanes. So you absolutely cannot become hesitant in those moments. And if that meant we took a little bit quicker shot, I was absolutely okay with that because the worst thing we could have done was become hesitant.
As Lexi has gotten more game time or just more games in general, her confidence obviously growing in herself. How much, as a coaching staff, has y'all's confidence grown in her to maybe hit big shots and even, what'd she go, 11 for 12 from the free throw line, hit those free throws at the end that you need as well?
Yeah, I thought she played really poised. I thought she played, as I said, with great physicality down the stretch. Again, some of those rebounds she was getting with some contact were big for us and ripping and coming out with the ball. But she's been in a lot of big moments in her career, and she's been on a very big stage. She's been at a Final Four before. So I think for her, again, the more minutes that she logs, the more comfortable that she gets. Our expectation is that she continues to have bigger and better games for us. And I thought today was by far the best game that she's had to this point. But I thought her basketball IQ and awareness in the moment of what was going on was really big for us.
So we talk about Brittany all the time, and for a good reason. But this was another game against TCU where fouls really took her out of the game. how much did this show you about the rest of that unit? Once again, that even when it seems every time, even when Brittany's in foul trouble, they step up as a unit.
Yes, Alexis Tucker was solid for us. With Brittany being out, I mean, Brittany being out was a big loss for us, and but she was out in the game there too, and so I guess you could say we were kind of used to playing TCU without her a little bit, but we needed people to step up, and someone that stepped up huge for us was Maka Jackson. She hasn't logged a lot of minutes, and she was really ready to go when we called her number. She came in, she drew 2 fouls right away early in the game and was solid defensively. She made a big defensive play there at some point in the second half down the stretch. But I thought she played extremely well for someone that hasn't logged a lot of minutes here of late.
I was going to say, did you get an update on Boogie's status?
Yeah, I'll get more of an update later, but as of now, we know that she's day-to-day, and they're going to evaluate it further here this evening.
With such a quick turnaround to the next game, is Chrislyn the point guard right now? Obviously, she showed that she can do that, but will you have some sort of backup point guard option for her to give her a rest?
Yes, we'll definitely have to have someone ready to go if she needs a rest or foul trouble or anything like that. We'll definitely have another player ready to play that role for us.
How good was Chrislyn in just every aspect of the game today?
Yeah, she was solid. She was poised. She was steady. She made good decisions. Again, you look at her stat line. Rebounding was huge for us. We talk a lot about our point guards rebounding, and she really stepped up in that area today. Such a crucial statistic for us was to out-rebound them by 10 plus. So to come out plus 13 was big, and she had 9 of them. And, again, Brittany's out. She's one of our best rebounders. And so we needed somebody else to step up in that area, in that category, and her and Lexi really carried us in the rebounding.
One more for y'all at home now. How big is that going to be for y'all, using that home crowd one more time, and then obviously honoring maybe one of the best Lady Raiders we've ever seen in Brittany?
Yes, Brittany will definitely go down as one of the greats, and I couldn't be more happy and proud of someone who has advanced their game in just a short time that we've been here. I'll never forget looking at Brittany averaging 8 points and 5 rebounds when I took the job and thinking that her ceiling was so high. She really went to work. It's going to be an emotional couple days here. We've got some senior ceremony and celebrations planned even the night before the game on Tuesday night. And then we talk a lot within our team that, you win on senior night. You step it up and you're there, and we only have the one senior, but what an incredible career that she has had. And we really want to honor her by going out with that victory. I told him you might not remember a lot of details from that game that night, but you will remember if you won or lost. And you'll remember that forever, and we just want to celebrate her properly, and I know that our team will show up and give their best on Wednesday night against West Virginia.
And finally, early in the week, you talked about that scrappiness that you wanted to see from your team. How proud of you were you of them in those couple minutes? Because it seems like they got at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 offensive rebounds there at the end that were just pure hustle.
Yes, and we kept saying every time out, we talked the last 2 days, don't let them have more effort than we have in our house and our home floor. They're coming off a game that they got out-rebounded by 30, and we really wanted to play into that and play off of that. We didn't feel great about our effort at Oklahoma State in the most recent game on the road. Win or lose at Oklahoma State, we just didn't feel like it was our best in terms of our effort and things that we could control. And so today's focus was to really step up in the areas that we could control, and one of those was rebounding, individual pride in our defense, things like that. We're going to be really crucial today.